I go around and I go around and I go around, I go around. I'm always out, I am always out, I am always out, I'm always out. I keep running so I don't have to go.
Hello. So I have been seeing a lot of these type of videos online, so I figured, you know what? Let me do like my own little take on and give you guys my 2 cents, because I feel like other people saying this a little bit different than mine. Them, it's more like products because they have like a shopping addiction. I don't think I do. I feel like I'm like relatively good, but I still wanted to, even before I saw these like videos, I had my own like little rules, but once I saw them more, I was like, oh my god, I actually really like how other people are like doing it also. So I thought, you know what, I can give my 2 cents into, I don't want to call it a trend because I don't think it's a trend, but yeah, this little like trend, I guess I wanted to give my 2 cents and tell you guys what I will be buying in 2026. But before we get into that, if you're new here, my name's Mila. I make everything from postgrad, lifestyle, and bookish type content, and we also dabble into pop culture. So we rank songs from artists and albums, we talk about Love Island, and I do kind of want to like talk more about other shows, movies. I don't know how we're going to incorporate that, but that's something that I do really want to like do more of in 2026 and not just do my Love Island USA and UK. So how is that, like, how are we going to do that? I don't know, but hit the subscribe button to stay tuned and to, you know, be notified every time that I post. And let's just go right into a few things that I will not be buying in 2026. And then I also want to give you guys a few like little, I wouldn't say tips, but it's like my rules. I want to be realistic, you know, like I don't want to set myself up for failure because I know that this is like not realistic, and it's like give myself like this like itching urge. Like I feel like I relatively know myself right now. I know my habits, I know how I am, and I can make my little, I don't want to say exceptions, but like my rules. We'll see when we get to that point in the video. The first thing that I am not going to buy in 2026 is coffee, but let me like be more specific. I'm not going to buy coffee if I'm just like going out running errands or like going to buy something at a store or going to a friend's house, because it's like I have no business going out of my way to go to the coffee shop to go do something else. Like in that sense, I say it's a waste of money, because like if I'm driving, I'll just make it at home, or if I'm going to a friend's house, I'll just make it at my friend's house. Like I'll bring my coffee machine in my car if I have to, because it's like that doesn't make sense. But if I'm going to grab coffee with someone, I'm going to grab lunch, I'm going to like get work done at a cafe, then that makes sense. Like I'm not going to tell myself, oh, like don't go to cafes just so you're not spending money on coffee, when it's like that's something that is like part of my lifestyle. Like I do a lot of work, like my friends also, like that's something that we do. So I'm like, you know what, just because I'm going shopping, I don't have to stop by Starbucks, I don't have to stop by any other coffee shop that I like, because it doesn't make sense. So you know, that's why I'm like, I have my exceptions, I have my rules. And I feel like that's pretty realistic, because how often do I go to coffee shops per week? Maybe twice. But then it's like, how many times would I like go to a drive-through or like go out of my way to go grab a coffee? Too much. To be honest, too much. Rule number 2 is that I'm not gonna buy multiple books at the same time. So not that I'm like not gonna buy a book at all, or like one book per month. No, because I'm like, I know myself, like I want to be realistic. My rule is if I'm going inside into a bookshop, I can only buy one book. So I have to like make sure that it's what I want, because in most cases I go into the bookstore because there's like this one book that I have in mind that I want to buy, but then I end up buying like at least 3, and it's like I have no business buying 3 when I know that I'm not going to read them, right? So my rule is that every time I enter the bookshop, I can only buy one. So if I'm going in for a certain book, then I can only get that book, and if I don't want to get that book, I really have to want to get the other book no, I was gonna say to like compensate for that. No, but I mean like if I want to get like the book that I came in for and another book, I have to like really sit with myself and think, okay, like do I want to get the book that I initially came for, or do I want to swap it out with the other book? So it's like if I want to buy a book, I'm not gonna order it from Amazon, I'm not gonna order it online, I'm gonna physically go in store, go like out of my way to the store, and I'm only gonna buy one because it's so easy to add to my cart. And especially online, it's like you don't really process how much you're buying. So that's my little rule when it comes around books, because books like is where I have my problem. It's where I spend a lot, and I feel like it's very reasonable, it's very realistic. It helps me have less books on my shelf that I have to get through. I think it's fair, and I think it's manageable. Rule number 3, I'm not gonna buy any skincare, in the sense that I'm not gonna start trying new products, because I have my products, I know what works for me. It's like I have no business trying a new moisturizer or a new cleanser or a new, I don't know, toner when I know it works for me. I like my products. They're like decently priced. They're not like crazy expensive. Like most are drugstores, to be perfectly honest, not all of them, but they're reasonably priced. They work for my face. So it's like, why would I try some other like trendy, like popular now brand just because like it might work when what I have already works well? You know, it's like that for me, like it doesn't make sense because it's also like moisturizer. It takes so much, like so long to finish. Same thing for like cleanser, for makeup remover. It takes so long to finish that it's like, why would I spend money for something that might not even work? You know, what works for me works for me. I have no business trying to dabble into other things that could be more expensive when there's like nothing, like if it's not broken, don't fix it, basically. Number 4 kind of goes with number 3, and it's that I'm not gonna buy replacements for unfinished products. Yeah, sure, I understand that like you want to have a little backup at home just in case something finishes. I have no problem with that. I go because I need something, and it's like I add so many other things to my cart that would be finishing soon, but then it turns out that I still have enough products for like months. Like it's actually bad. I mean, I guess like on one hand it's fine because I spend like a little chunk at Sephora maybe like 3 times per year, but it's also like, why am I doing that? Why am I having like extra bulk at home when I do not need this? Like I thought my blush was like finishing. It's been 6 months. Like it's been 6 months and I'm still good. I'm still going. So that's a rule that I do want to do this year. And I feel like it's the same thing with my book buying thing. It's like I have to go in store. I have to like pick it up like in person, and I could only buy this one thing that I need. Like obviously if 2 things are finished, I'm gonna buy the 2 things, but it's like just because something is gonna be finishing soon, I'm not gonna buy it, because it has happened that I didn't even end up using the product that I bought because I thought that something was finishing and it wasn't actually finishing, and then I lost it. I lost it because I just had it in my storage for so long that when I actually needed it, it's not here. The 5th thing that I will not be buying in 2026 is small decorative items. So I kind of have a problem when it comes to decorative items because I use that to decorate my shelf, right? So just like looking at my space right now, I have like a model plane. I have a model of a jet engine. I have a little like astronaut. Behind my desk, I have so many like little, not my desk, behind on my bookshelves, I have so many like little trinkets. And it's like, I mean, one, I feel like I have enough decor. Like I have a little something on every single shelf. Like what more could I possibly need? But 2, it's like, okay, what does this bring me? Nothing. You know, like I said, okay, you know, if there's this like Lego thing that I want or something that I have to build, then yeah, it makes sense. I can do it. Like just because this is like in reach, this like little astronaut thing, I built this myself, that it's like I could justify getting a little decor piece like that because I'm like actually making it. So it kind of like serves 2 purposes. Or there's this like ceramic cafe near my house and I love going there. Those pieces, like I can justify because it's an activity, like I'm having fun and putting in effort, and then I'm using it to decorate. But like small other little decor pieces, like I have a collection of little rubber ducks. I have no business buying more rubber ducks. Like they're cute, they're fun, but why would I like just spend money on these like little decor pieces when I can like save the money and then buy something that I can actually build myself or paint myself or do myself? And it means more, it's prettier, it has more value, and I think it's nicer to look at than a little trinket. So that's something that I'm doing for me, and then my little like rule to it, you know, because all of these things, once again, I know myself, I'm like making rules so it works for me, but I'm not like constricting myself. It's like the best of both worlds, you know? Number 6. Okay, so number 6 is I'm not gonna be buying streaming services. I realize I don't watch shows enough or movies enough to have these streaming services that I was like, let's say I want to watch something, I want to watch the show. Like movies, no, because I feel like it doesn't make sense. But if I want to watch a show on Crave, I will buy Crave for 1 month and I have a month to finish this show. Like let's say summer, Love Island is gonna come out. Okay, I can buy, I don't know if it's Paramount or like whatever the subscription is for Love Island, watch it during the summer, but then why would I keep the subscription in like September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, back up until June if I'm not going to use it? Like I'm paying for it for most of the year when I'm not going to be using it. So I'm going to be mindful, you know, like I think Netflix is enough. I have Netflix, and then my friend let me use her Disney Plus. When it comes to like my other subscriptions, it's like I don't need it. I mean, once again, like I'm not someone who really watches shows, so it's a complete waste of money for me. Like I bought Crave to watch Game of Thrones. Crave is expensive. When I finished watching it, I was just paying for Crave every single month when I wasn't using it. Crave is like 20 something dollars per month. Like, do you know how many hundreds of dollars I've thrown away at Crave? And I'm like, it's actually crazy. So I have Netflix. If my friend's parents cancel her Disney Plus, then I don't have Disney Plus anymore, but I'm perfectly fine with Netflix because it has most things that I do want to watch. And then in the odd case that it doesn't, I just ask my friends for their subscription, or I watch it with them, or I just don't watch it. And most times I'm like, whatever, I don't care. I mean, again, I know like most people like watching shows, like watching movies. Pick your one subscription, or it's like if you want to watch shows, like again, buy it for a month and then watch it and then delete it. Number 7 is that I will not be paying for Uber One and for Amazon Prime. So I feel like when you have Uber One and Amazon Prime, you're more inclined to use the app. And then I was like actually realizing I'm not really buying things from Amazon, and it's like when I want to buy things, I'm like, oh, I have Prime, so it's like I don't have to worry about shipping and like I can buy more. And when I was like thinking, okay, like I have Prime, I have Uber One, I can buy more, and I have to buy more because it's gonna like balance it out. So I feel like when we buy these services, we tend to buy more. Like we buy on Amazon or on Uber One when we don't need to. Like most things that I used to buy on Amazon regularly, it was books, but now I'm like, yeah, sure, some like I cannot find in Indigo, I'll get those on Amazon. But given that I have my like rule with books and I want to buy books in person, like I'm not gonna be buying that from Amazon. And from Amazon, it was like little trinkets and stuff like that. Or it's like when I was too lazy to go to the pharmacy or the drugstore, like I wouldn't go there, I would buy my things on Amazon. I realized I don't need Amazon Prime. And maybe like 10 times per year that I want to order something, is it worth the money that I'm paying for the service? And then Uber Eats, most times what I've been doing is that I said, you know what, I'm gonna like actually go with my car to pick up the food at the restaurant if it's close by, because like, I'm sorry, I'm not paying like $8 to have it delivered to my house. Absolutely not. That makes no sense. Like obviously if it's like 2 a.m. you're with a bunch of people, then like, yeah, I'm gonna use like Uber Eats. But more times than not, it's like I don't use it enough to justify that expense, like Uber One. So I canceled that. I canceled my Amazon Prime. Me 2 years ago would be like, this is absolutely crazy. But I really like sat down and I looked at it and I'm like it doesn't make sense to pay for it. I'm just not using it enough. And just having it there makes me turn to that when there's like much better, healthier, and cheaper options. And finally, the 8th thing that I'm not gonna buy anymore is small little treats. So I feel like this kind of goes with like coffees, right? I go out of my way to buy a little sweet treat because I'm out and I'm like, might as well. Or it's like I'm at a coffee shop and it's like I buy a sweet treats because I don't have breakfast, a coffee, and then lunch. When it's like if I just had breakfast at home, I wouldn't be buying sweet treats out more often than I do now, because most times I go to coffee shops when I am just like out of the house because I didn't eat breakfast and I need food. So it's like might as well get a coffee and my little sweet treat, because if I'm gonna get food, I'm obviously gonna get coffee, right? If I just eat at home, I don't need to buy a little sweet treat because I'm not starving to death. Dude, I went to a coffee shop, like this was like literally 2 days ago. I paid $6 for a, how do I call it in English? I think in English it's like a chocolate croissant. I was like, this is actually insane. And the only reason why I got it is because I was like dying of hunger. Why are you buying yourself sweet treats so often? Because it's like, it's not even like healthy food, it's not good food. So that's something that I do really want to cut out this year. Obviously, unless I'm like going out for a coffee with a friend where it's like I'm gonna have a little like pastry, the occasional thing, but it's like relying on that when I'm just going to get work done and I just like did not want to eat at home because I was lazy. I'm like, no, that does not make sense. So those were 8 things that I'm not gonna be buying in 2026. Now I want to go on my little rules and exceptions. I did say that I'm not gonna buy myself any sweet treat. The exception I will make is when I'm on my period for the first day, because the first day it's hell, but only one day, one day every single period. I'm not someone who eats my feelings, but sometimes I just get that urge, like I'm really not feeling well. That happens maybe like twice per year, right? Twice per year. And there's maybe like 3 to 4 periods a year which are absolute hell, and it's like I just need my ice cream, I just need to eat a bag of chips. That's what, like under 10 times per year on a random Tuesday afternoon. I'm like, no, it doesn't make sense. Another tip for non-essentials: to wait 24 hours, like 24 to 48 hours. And I was telling this tip to a lot of my friends and they were like, oh my god, wow, it's like I actually realized that's something that I think that I absolutely need. I'm gonna die if I don't have it. I don't even think about it within 3 hours, right? So I've started to live with that mentality mentality when I was on my trip. When I was in Madrid, I went to a few stores, let's say like Saturday, right? I did some window shopping, I looked around, and then I came back Sunday. And then I was like, do I actually want this piece? Some things I was like, yes, some things I was like, no. And it's because I gave myself that distance, that time, that I kind of like, I had a new perspective because I wasn't seeing like the novelty and the newness. I actually had time to think. I actually had time to be like, can I actually pair this outfit with this thing? Or it's like this little trinket that I really liked. Do I actually want it? Or is it just exciting and new? And this mentality honestly changed my life, revolutionary, because you see something and you're so excited, but it's like when you actually start thinking about it, when the object isn't in front of your face, you're like, I don't actually need it. I do that with clothes at home. Sometimes I see something and I'm like, oh my god, I love this, it's like the best thing ever. And if after 3 days I'm still thinking about it, I'm like, okay, I'm actually gonna buy it. That happened, like, not that it doesn't happen, it happens, but more often than not, it happens that you're like, oh my god, I love it, and it's like a week after, you're like, I didn't even think about this piece, and you only see it because you're passing by the store again, and you're like, oh yeah, this piece is nice, but it's like, whatever, I've seen better. Another tip is that if you wouldn't buy the item when it's full price, why would you buy it just because it's on sale? And I feel like so many people, they see that something is on sale, so they're like, oh my god, I have to buy it because it's on sale. Like, I don't care how much cheaper it is, even if it goes from like $500 to like $2. If you wouldn't buy it when it was full price, why are you gonna buy it on sale, right? Because most times you just want to buy something because it's on sale. Like, let's say that you were waiting to, like, I don't know, for Aritzia to have their like little sale because you really wanted this certain piece. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Like, you were waiting for it to go on sale to buy it because it's something, oh my god, what's going on upstairs? Because it was something that you really wanted. I would not go shopping when things are on sale and shop when things are on sale. Like, seeing items for the first time when it's on sale. No, it's like, let's say, the Black Friday sales or the Boxing Day sales. I would always do my shopping like online first, my window shopping, right? My window shopping either in store or online, depending on how busy it is during the year. December, I try not to go in store because it's like absolutely crazy, but I go like look at what, what's there, and I'm like, okay, this I like, this I don't like, whatever. And then I give myself time. I go home, I think about it. And then when the items are actually on sale, I have a new perspective where it's like, okay, I did my research before. I would buy this if this goes on sale. I would not buy this even if it goes on sale. Or it's like something, it's like, yeah, I like it, but I don't like it enough that I would buy it, because when I gave myself time and distance away from it, I'm like, I don't actually need it. So that's something that I started doing. It really gives you perspective. Another thing is that if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. If it's a maybe, it's a no. I feel like so many times we're like, oh yeah, this is cute, I could see myself wearing it with this and this and this, or I can see it here, but it's like, I don't know, is it better? Like, I don't want to miss out. It's a no. It's a no. You only want it because of like a scarcity mindset. I don't know if I could find better, so I kind of want to save it just in case. When I'm like, no, it's like you only want it because you do not know if you can find what you actually want. And it's like, if you can't find what you actually want, then yeah, sure, come back, but don't buy it now just because you don't know if you're gonna find better out there. That's something that I was like super guilty of. And I know the mentality when you're like, I'm just gonna return it. You're not gonna return it, trust me. I've seen it in myself, I've seen it in friends. You're not actually gonna return it. Either you're gonna completely forget, the amount of time is going to pass, or you're going to lose the receipts. So those are 4 little rules and exceptions that I wanted to share to kind of go along with 8 things that I will not be buying in 2026. So as you see, it's like really realistic. And my biggest thing that I want you to take out of this video is like, know yourself, like know your habits, know what works for you, because these things, I've been doing it before, or I tested it out and I was like, like it's manageable for me. I can actually like make this last, because I feel like so many times it's like, oh, this is my ideal, but it's not realistic. It doesn't work for you, or it doesn't work like with your lifestyle, or it's like things that you haven't like slowly gotten used to that you're like, doesn't work for me. But I hope you guys got something out of this video, either ideas or you learned a little something to help you save your money this year. I feel like it's like a big collective thing that we're all like saving money, because we're all like, oh my god, what is going on? Because we're all like, in this economy, girl, like living is expensive. But if you enjoyed, definitely do not hesitate to hit the subscribe button down below and leave a thumbs up so I know that you guys enjoyed today's video. Also, if you want to go check me out, my TikTok, Instagram, and my Goodreads are all linked down below, so definitely do not hesitate to go, stalk me over there. That's going to be it for me today. I desperately need water because my throat is so dry. So stay safe, protect your vibe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!